Obviously, great to stack 2 wins together, especially do it on Sunday night in this atmosphere. Tremendous play from the offensive line tonight. Can't thank them enough. Can't give enough credit to them. The receivers, they were getting open all night, catching everything. Running backs, taking care of the football was the most important thing tonight, and I feel like we did that as an offense. But it makes it really easy when the defense plays the way they do and apply that pressure, as well as, that bend, don't break mentality. But, I have to say this to leave off, the special teams unit. They've been tremendous all year, and it's just an example of consistency throughout our team that is, very inspiring to me and our offense. So I'll open up to any questions.
JJ, what was your favorite throw of the night?
I think it's probably the seam ball to TJ coming out. It was a tight cover 2 coverage, kind of pseudo quarters, but, just playing on time, in rhythm, trusting what I see, being decisive, and, seeing the ball come out exactly the way I wanted to. That was pretty cool. But, he made a tremendous catch. Like, if you ask him and, have him walk you through what that ball was looking like in those lights, it's pretty cool. So.
Did you ask him and he walked you through it?
Yeah, he told me on the sideline for sure. Yeah, it's just flickering lights, and then he's like, "Oh, there it was." So, yeah.
Your first touchdown to Naylor, from our perspective, he didn't look very open. Why did you think that was a good pass to throw there?
The first yeah, I just feel like, it's shown up so many times on tape where those corners off of keepers, after hard run action, they pop really early because we got great guys, very twitchy, explosive, and I saw him get the edge. So I just have to put it to the spot and let his greatness show up, and it did once again.
What's the key to good fake handoff? How did you get that much space?
A-Rod talks about it as a guitar fake. You really just want to show ball, hide ball, show hand with no ball. And, the offensive line, they've been doing great all night of just, kind of applying that pressure inside, and they're a super aggressive defense, so it was an ideal time to run it. Great call by KO.
JJ, you talk about stacking a couple wins together. How important is it these next 3 games, so to continue to try to build that momentum for yourself and this team?
Extremely important. We're only as successful as our last successful act, and our next act is coming in on Monday or Wednesday or whatever it is and getting better, working on, all the mistakes that we made in this game tonight, give a little pat on the back for the good things, but we're always focused on that next thing and how to get better.
Is that the touchdown you scored, is that the planned celebration, or does that just come to you in the moment? Or?
I did it in practice, and I was told not to do it. So it's just me, being who I am, it's like, oh, now I'm more enticed to do it. But if it's that open, obviously just get in the end zone no matter what and be coachable and do what my coach says. So, yeah, I'll definitely get a minus for that one.
You're okay with that?
Yes and no. Yeah.
JJ, how did you bounce back after that first throw gets tipped in the air? And, how did you kind of show the resiliency, not letting snowball?
I think going through this whole year, gaining the perspective that those things are going to happen. This is the National Football League. They're going to make plays. There's going to be tip balls. You can't let that affect the next coming plays. And, just being in those situations a lot in my past, it's a great way to just kind of be like, oh, I've been here before, move on to the next play and focus on that.
Did you try to bat the ball down?
Yeah, tried to. I didn't really catch it at the right point, so it went forward instead of down. But, yeah, got to work on that.
This offense has always been sort of built on chunk plays in the passing game, and you obviously had a bunch tonight. Has that been sort of a process of just feeling comfortable with those types of passes at this level for you?
For sure, I think that plays a role. But, when the offensive line plays as well as they did tonight, when they played as well as they did last week, it makes it very easy for me. And, the guys are always going to get open. So it's just a matter of me putting the right spot and having the time allowed to put in the right spot. So, everything goes hand in hand, and I feel like we were very in sync as a whole tonight.
How difficult was that throw the back shoulder throw to Naylor?
Me personally, it was something that was difficult because, I was a big fastball guy. But, working constantly and obsessively on being a thrower of the football, a passer of the football, that was just another one of those opportunities where you put it up, just like in Detroit when he ran, the little rail from 3 spot. Just give him a chance, to catch the ball, and he's going to do it. Back shoulder, speedy, that's who he is. So just put it up for him.
JJ, we talked to Ryan Kelly just about how much he's enjoyed being back and being a part of it. Just how much is his presence being in there meant for you in some of the recent performance, you feel like?
It's amazing. You know, there's nothing better than scoring a touchdown and the first guy that I hear is Ryan Kelly saying, "I love you, bro. You're an animal," all that stuff. But yeah, he just brings this veteran presence, kind of something similar to what I talked about earlier this week. But, you know, we go as they go, and they go as he goes. So just having a guy like that in that role is extremely, extremely a blessing for sure.
What do you think has allowed you to push through all the adversity you've faced this year?
I love what I do. Like, I love playing ball. I realize how blessed I am to be in this position. And most importantly, I love the people I do it with. You know, it can get very loud and very noisy. And, you know, there's a lot of situations that I've gone through in my past to kind of minimize those things. And the number one thing that does that is just love what you're doing right in front of you, love who you're around, because that's what matters, you know, in the grand scheme of things, and focus on that growth each and every day.
Is there any point in the past few months that you didn't feel that love for what you're doing?
I wouldn't say that, no, because I love the journey. I love the ups and downs. I love the pain. I love the heartache. You know, that's a part of growing. That's a part of life. And, you know, I think football is just a great microcosm for those lessons and, you know, strengthening your resiliency, patience, all that stuff. So,
As well as tonight went, any frustration that you and Jefferson just haven't had that connection yet?
obviously it's frustrating, but we have ultimate faith. You know, he's the greatest in the world, and I know every single time I put that ball up, there's a great chance he's coming down with it. So it's just, you know, the reps, the experience, constantly, you know, continuing to go through these concepts with that timing, with that rhythm, and we'll be in a great spot. But I know he's going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to work, and, you know, that's a recipe for something good happening in the future. Thank you, guys. Safe travels home.